Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Becca, this is Becca's Bookshelves, and today's video is my September TBR, or should I say books that I'm going to tell you I'll read and then I'll just not get around to reading them based on how the last couple of months have gone. So I guess maybe I should call it books I would like to read but probably won't in September. And this video is going up a little late. I've been super busy. I was vlogging Summerween all the last week of August, and then this first week of September the kids have gone back to school, which meant my eldest started high school, and it was just like, oh, everything going on at once. So I have already started a couple of these books that I'm going to tell you about, but I won't talk about them until my wrap up at the end of the month. So first up is The Living Dead. This is by Romero and Krauss. It was like a part finished Zombie novel that Romero was writing, and then he passed away before he could finish it. And then years later, his widow got in touch with Daniel Krauss and asked him to complete the work to kind of honour Romero, basically. And so this is a Zombie, and it's told from different points of view. Now, I started this during Summerween. There was no chance I was ever going to finish it, so it was always going to be on my September TBR. I did get like 30% of the way through, something like that, so I'm going to carry on with that. And basically there's lots of different sections, and each section has got a good number of chapters where we follow one main character, and they're kind of the start of the apocalypse from their point of view, and then you kind of follow them, and just as the zombies are hitting, it stops, and then starts with a new section with a new lot of characters, and then we see the apocalypse unfolding there. And then the next book on my September TBR, I'm really excited about this one. For anyone that watched my kind of book shopping for horror books video, you will recognise this book, and it is called The Last One by Alexandra Oliver. I kind of thought that this sounded a bit like The Hunger Games / some kind of virus apocalypse type thing, which got me all excited. So basically there's like a game show on TV, and the contestants go into this game show, and it's like a survival type thing. They're kind of thrown out into the woods, and they've got to survive, and they've got to like try and eliminate other contestants until there's a winner. However, just from reading on that shopping video, just from reading the first like kind of chapter, people are dying, and there's some kind of weird virus spreading across the country, the world, I don't know. And so I have no idea what to expect from this book, apart from it sounds awesome, like virus outbreaks and the Hunger Games all together in one book. Like, what? So if this is not an incredible read, I will be very, very, very disappointed. And then the next one is an audiobook. It is called A Woman Is No Man by Etaf Rum. This is a book that I'm reading because I'm part of like a book club on Facebook, and we decided to start reading some books around the world to learn about other countries. So it's about Palestine, and how the women there don't really have a voice, that they are raised to look after the men, and they are raised to believe that when they reach a certain age as a girl, they will get married. And then they will go off with the husband's family, and that's it. They kind of look after their husband, have children, they look after the house. That's kind of their life. And one of the main characters in this story is a young girl, and she wants to have a different life. She wants to go to university. She wants to get a career. And so it's kind of about her rebelling against her culture. It does sound really incredible, and I am looking forward to listening to that one. And this next book, If anybody watched my TBR video last month, you might recognise this book. It's called The Subjects by Sarah Hopkins. So, you know, spoiler alert, I didn't read that one off my TBR in August. Basically, there's like a kind of government / some kind of organisation that is offering juvenile offenders the opportunity to go and be part of science experiments instead of going to prison. And we're not told what these experiments are, what they're about, what they're looking for, nothing other than these kids are taken, they're experimented on, and something scary or creepy is going to happen. And that's all I know. And it sounds really great. I just haven't got around to reading as much as I wanted to in August, but never mind. I'm going to try again in September. And next up is another audiobook. This is a NetGalley ARC as an audiobook, which I was quite excited to receive because I've only had ARCs of a couple of audiobooks, and they were the ones where you listen now instead of applying for them. So this one I was actually accepted for. It's called My Darling by Amanda Robson, and to be honest, it sounds just like your kind of normal, standard, domestic thriller type book. And it's based around two married couples. This one couple is new to a street, they're just moving in, and the other couple lives across the road. And it's kind of like the friends, but they're not friends. It's like a really weird situation where they're kind of being like pleasant to each other, and on the exterior friendly, but then they're kind of mistrusting each other, and something goes wrong. Something to do with the new woman and the husband of the other couple. Now, whether they have an affair or something like that, I don't know, but there's talks of the woman who already lived there coming up with a plan to get revenge on both of them. So something must happen. But I've not read a really good thriller in a while, and I'm hoping that this one hits the spot. It does sound good. I am looking forward to listening to it as an audiobook, and I think that'll help me just to get through a few more books this month by having a few audios. And then the next two books are a little similar. They're both paranormal cozy mystery type books, and these aren't the types of books that I immediately am drawn to. However, I did start, one of them is part of a series that I started a while back, and right from book one I absolutely loved it, loved the characters, everything, so I thought I'd give another series a go. Now the first one is Southern Bred and Dead by Angie Fox. She is the author of the Southern Ghost Hunter series, and that's the series that I absolutely love. And in this series we follow Verity Long. She's the main character. She has the ability to borrow powers from another spirit, so that she can then see ghosts and speak to them and touch things in the spirit world. And she goes around kind of solving mysteries. There's been deaths, there's been like arguments over land and property and things, and she kind of goes around speaking to the dead and solving all these problems, and it's just really cheesy, really cute, and there is like a bit of a side romance in it, and I just love it. I don't know why, I just really enjoy this series. So this is book 9 of the series. So that kind of made me think maybe I should give another kind of paranormal series, mystery thing type whatever a go, and so I have gone for Grave Secrets by Alice James. Now this is kind of dubbed as Agatha Raisin meets Sucky Stackhouse. Now, I do recognise those names, but I've never read those series, so to me that means nothing. I have no idea. I think it's going to be along the lines of like a comical ghost mystery, although it mentions like zombies and vampires and stuff, so to be honest, I'm just kind of using them as palate cleansers. I tend to read some quite heavy books and horror and things like that, so these should just be great fun to kind of refresh everything before I get back into all the hard stuff. And the last arc that I'll be reading this month, probably, I mean, I have got about 12 that I should be reading in September, but I'm just not even gonna put that pressure on myself, because we've all realised by now that I just keep saying I'm gonna read this, gonna read this, gonna read it, and then I don't. So yeah, so I've decided to read The Doctor Will See You Now by Amir Khan. This is a medical memoir of a GP, I think he is. I didn't need to know anything about the kind of medicine that he practices or anything like that. I will always pick this type of book up. I absolutely love medical memoirs of doctors, nurses, paramedics, anaesthetists, everybody. Love them. So I've really got high hopes for this one, and from looking at the few reviews that are already out for it from other people who've read the arc, it does sound like it's going to be a good one. So that is probably going to be it with regards to arcs for September. And the last book that I'm planning for September TBR is The White Tiger by Aravind Agar. I'm actually going to listen to this instead of reading the physical book. I just think I'll not get around to it if I have to read it, because I've just got so much other stuff I'm reading this month. So I'm going to listen to it. I don't really know what this one is about, other than it's set in India and there's a guy who kind of works his way up from kind of like, you know, having no job. He's got no name to start with. He's just called Boy. He's got no kind of prospects, and then he kind of works his way up. But then somehow he ends up being a murderer and a criminal, and I don't know. So I don't, even reading the synopsis, I don't understand what the story is about. I was just kind of interested in reading about, you know, somebody who lives in India and the caste system and the slums and, you know, all that kind of way of life. So can't tell you anything, to be honest, but yeah, so I'm going to listen to this one, and that is going to be all the books in September, probably. If I can get through those. I know that Kayla from Books and Lala is doing Buzzwordathon. I think it's the 21st of September for a week, sometime around then. I haven't fully planned to do that Buzzwordathon yet, because I feel like it all depends on how well the first few weeks of September go. And so if everything's going well, I will do a TBR for the Buzzwordathon and talk about those books. If not, then this will be it for September. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.